All right, we're bringing in the big guns now for a little bit of college football talk. Darius Smith here with me to talk Michigan State. Both teams opened up Big Ten play on the road this weekend.
Yes,
We're going to start with Michigan. Obviously, the jury is still out on Nebraska, but to me, this was a pretty good step forward for Michigan. What did you take away from that game?
This was I don't want to say a stepping stone, but this was a good test, once again, on the road against a good Nebraska team. You know, you can say what you want about the record. I know they were 3-0 and everything, but this was a good bounce back because of what happened against Oklahoma on the road. Bryce Underwood, in my honest opinion, he's as composed as you can ever see. Like, it's like when you watch Michigan and you watch him, you're not thinking like he's a freshman quarterback. It's incredible. And the throws that he can make, the throws that, you know, I mean, it leaves you speechless because it's like, oh my God, this guy's only a freshman.
Statistically, it was not a big game for him, but if you watch that game, you came away being like, okay, this kid's for real, right?
Right.
Like you said, he's already played in, 2 of the blue blood environments in college football, at Oklahoma and at Nebraska in his first 4 games. So, like, you can't ask for this guy to be throwing for 300 yards already, you know?
No. And no, don't want to cut you off, but that's the benefit of having a good run game.
Yes,
and
for
that's
sure.
been Michigan's bread and butter for the past couple of years now. And you watch that Nebraska game, Justice Hayes, Jordan Marshall. My word, man.
Yeah.
Justice Hayes, it's like every time he gets the ball, you think he's about to break another 80-yard for touchdowns, something like that.
What a luxury.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't ask for anything else. And then not to mention Jordan Marshall, like, even the first game, it's like there were running lanes for Jordan Marshall, and I thought to myself, like, sooner or later this season, it's gonna hit for him.
Yeah,
he's going to figure it out, and Lord behold, he figured it out against Nebraska. That 54-yard touchdown run. It was just, oh my God.
It was beautiful. And honestly, to me, it was the second most impressive play he made on that drive because the run before, it was just an 8-yard gain. But he broke 2 tackles to get that 8-yard gain. And I don't know if Michigan's running the ball on the next play if it's 2nd and 10. So the fact that he set up that play and then he breaks it for 54. And Justice Haynes, I mean, what more can you say about a guy who starts his Michigan career with 4 100-yard games? I mean, it seems like every time Michigan's sort of in dangerous waters, he's the guy they go to, and he rips off a big play. He had the only big play against Oklahoma with that long touchdown run, and he opens up the second half. Well, Michigan went 3 and out on the first drive. They needed a big play, and for him to rip off that touchdown run, I thought that was huge. But you know who was even bigger was the pass rush. I mean, Michigan's defensive line was just ridiculous. Dylan Raiola looked pretty good, but he was running for his life. I mean, talk about those guys.
Jay-Sean Barton. I remember covering the game, Central Michigan, and Bedford's at the podium, and he said, we're testing out Jay-Sean DNA. He's bad, man. So, I know I'm paraphrasing here the statement, but it's incredible because the amount of pass rushers, the depth at the edge position for Michigan is incredible. Derek Moore. We ain't even talked about Derek Moore.
No. TJ Guy.
TJ Guy, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, all these guys showed up Saturday against Nebraska, and they all contribute to a sack.
Yep.
And it's like, oh my God, it's like this is. Can we say Michigan is edge rushers now?
I think we can. Yeah. And the other luxury that they have is that on the interior you've got a really established veteran in Rayshon Benny. You've got Trey Williams. You've got Trey Pierce is looking good. I mean, this defensive line is built to go on a run.
And Rayshon Benny has looked tremendous. The game against Central Michigan has carried over to Nebraska for Rayshon Benny because it was incredible to see how many times he was in there with the QB pressures, doing the QB hits. I know he also had a sack as well. It was just a matter of time for him to get going to start the season, but I wasn't worried about Rayshon Benny. It was more so from a defensive standpoint, the front seven wasn't no worry. It was what they was going to look like in the back in the secondary and everything. And, you know, I know Rob Moore came back in this game against Nebraska.
Good to see.
Great to see that.
Yeah.
You want to see, as we continue on with Michigan, you know, can the corners get tighten up a little bit? Can they get better? Can they, you know, just figure out a way to just just do their job, be more consistent.
Getting Zeke Berry back would be big. I do like what I've seen from Jaden Sanders. I mean, he's a true freshman. He's playing against Oklahoma. He's playing against Nebraska. Like, this is really valuable playing time for him as a true freshman.
Great experience as well.
I think once Zeke Berry is back, Michigan's secondary looks a lot better. My takeaway from this game was that we might need to start looking at Michigan as a potential playoff contender. You've got a couple big games left at USC, at MSU, at Maryland, and Ohio State. And I'm keeping an eye on Washington. If Michigan can find a way to get through those games 4-1, I think they're in. And, I think what we saw this weekend suggests that they could do it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I think you mentioned Washington, USC, obviously Michigan State, and then you got Maryland, the Ohio State game, the big game at the big house.
Yep.
So, I mean, Michigan at this point controls their own destiny.
Amen. Yep.
And, we're going to see what's going to happen, but pretty good thus far.
Yeah.